Hello and welcome. It's Chris-Ann and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann. Today we are going to be making these cute, adorable little pockets. You may have seen these before, but we are using up the papers that we make. So if you're like me and you love to decorate all these different types of papers, what do you do with them? Okay, here's a really cute little pocket, and we're using washi. We're using our supplies, we're using the papers we make, we're being creative, all of it. We need to do these things with our stuff. Let's use it. I have created these papers. These are actually on cardstock, so I'm using cardstock weight paper for this project. When I am spraying papers, or when I'm doing my gel press, or whatever, when I'm decorating papers, all my overspray that's on my glass mat, I wipe it up. That's these papers. This one I've already punched out and made these circles with. That's what this is. That's how this has been decorated. I simply wipe up all the paint, the ink, the overspray that's left on my glass mat. Sometimes I might need to spray a little bit of water on my glass mat to get all the paint and everything up. That's how this is decorated. And I'm telling you, I love to use these a lot. Just the wiping up ones are some of my favorite ones to use. So we are going to be making these adorable little circle pockets. Why am I doing it as a circle? Because I bought, you may have seen in my Hobby Lobby haul, I have the We Are Memory Keepers circle cutter. If you have a circle punch, by all means, use that. You want to freehand cut these out, trace the bottom of a bowl, a mug, a cup, a can of soup. I don't care. However it works for you. I've chosen to do a circle. You can do a square. I have the We Are Memory Keepers circle cutter. This is where I have it. The blade set is right here. It says it's 4-inch, but it doesn't actually make 4-inch. Well, I mean, kind of, but kind of not. But anyway, so let's place this down. So I have the blade. You can see the blade is right there. I'm not touching it, but that's the blade. I turn this over. This is my cutting mat that I have underneath, my Fiskars cutting mat. So I'm not just doing this on the table. I have a special mat underneath. So I have my thick paper, I have my, and I'm gonna just kind of, yeah, I think that's gonna cut it out good right there. So all I do is I push this down, and I'm kind of pushing this, oh no, it's gonna run into things over here. And I need to cut out a minimum of 3 circles. Oh, missed a couple little spots. And let me show you why 3. One of them is going to be cut into 2s, and that's what makes the little pocket part. The end is getting stuck on my paper. And then let's cut one over here. I mean, if I had a hole punch, I'd be lining this up and using my paper more effectively, but I can take all of these scraps and make tags and labels and tickets, and this is not going to go to waste. I'm still going to cut this up, and I could get another circle here too if I wanted, but for conversation's sake, we are not going to. So here's my 3 circles. What I do is I take one of them and cut it in half. So I have my paper cutter here, and I have measured that, oh wait a minute, that is approximately half for me. Depending on the size of your circle, you measure what's approximately half for you. The reason I did 3 circles is this is going to be one pocket, this is going to be another pocket, and this is the actual pocket for them. So you see, just out of 3 circles, I'm now getting 2 things made. And then I have some over here that I've already pre-cut as well. So I have some wide washi. I just got this in one of my Temu hauls. And this washi has a backing on it. But you need a washi that's going to be equally as wide as this piece because you need it fully covered. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my washi, move it over here, and I'm going to do it upside down. This washi, see, it goes in this sort of fashion, and I'm using it sidewards. But some of the things go this way, some of the things go this way. Look for one that will be sort of situated the way you want it to be. I'm going for a vintage feel. That's why I'm using this vintage washi. My washi is upside down. I am taking my little pocket, turning it upside down, and I'm lining this up right there. I'm leaving space here and space here. Let's press that down. I'm gonna give this a little trim. And we're gonna do the exact same thing with this pocket. Because this is washi, you're gonna kind of see some of this color coming through. And you know what? I like this little butterfly here. Whoops. I just kind of slide it right to the edge, give it a press. I'm trimming it right here. Let's move the washi out of the way. The next thing that I need to do is, number 1, press it down. Well, I should have checked to make sure it was lined up, but I could kind of feel it was lined up. I'm pressing this edge down really nice, this edge. I am going to cut in right to the pocket without cutting my pocket. And then, since this one has white, I'm going to put that at the bottom. I am going to line this up as best as I can. And then I'm going to hold it and start turning these over. If your washi doesn't stick, you can come in with a little bit of glue stick, liquid glue, whatever works for you. I don't care what the back looks like. I am going to glue this in to my journal, and I'm only going to glue around the edges because I want this to be a tuck spot as well. If you wanted this to be in like a belly band or something, go ahead and take another circle and cover it, and you can make an actual double-sided pocket. I mean, this actually makes a really cute Christmas ornament to put gift tags, or I'm sorry, gift certificates in it. So, you know, think of all the things that we make for our journals and how we can use it in other practical ways to give to people that maybe aren't into journals. Poke a hole in this, hang it with a little bit of ribbon or twine, and you can hang it off a tree, and you can actually put 2 gift cards in it. I'd line it up. There, that's lined up. And you can put 2 gift cards in it. I'd glue it all together. And how cute is that? So this is all glued. Oh, you know what I should have done first was, I always do that. I like to go around the edge. And in this one, I'm using Distress Oxide Walnut Stain. Yeah, I should have done this part before I attached it, but you know, us artists, we can adapt. So you see this part's not sticking, so I'm going to come in with a little bit of glue stick. A lot of bit of glue stick. That really globbed on. I didn't want to get it on my cutting mat. And then the other thing that I did, we'll get to this one in a minute. The other thing that I did was I stamped this. So I'm going to stamp both of these together, the two that I'm making. So let's put those over there and let's complete this one. So you know what? Before we even do anything, I'm just going to ink this edge. That's all I'm doing, is that edge. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim and make tabs in my washi. Do as many or as little tabs as you want. I want to cover this white space, so I'm going to put it down approximately like that. I like to do everything upside down so I can make sure that these are nice and lined up. Pretty good. Let's start folding these tabs over, and as I'm folding them over, I'm rounding them at the same time. Sometimes they round better than others. So make a bunch of these for Christmas, and you can put gift cards in them. But we're using our stash. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of glue stick here because some of this washi is sticking a little bit better in some spots than other spots. There, how cute. You know what, let's just give that a little trim right there. It didn't fully get cut when I was cutting everything. Let's go ahead and do the edge. Once again, walnut stain, giving it a little vintage feel. If I want to cover that, see, I could cover that white. And then I liked to come in and stamp here. Is it going to be seen? Probably not, because if we're putting, like if I'm putting this in my journal, I'm going to be putting like tags and tickets and a mini book and, you know, stuff like that in there. This stamping may not be seen, but you know what? I enjoy stamping, and I am using 3 different stamp sets today. So Stampers Anonymous, we're using Field Notes. We are using, which ones did I get? We're using Stamp Collector, and then, oh, I use this one over here too. Moss Study. I just used these numbers down the bottom. So I already have some stamps here, and I'm stamping with Archival Ink Coffee. Because I have 2 here, I can do 2 at the same time. I have my acrylic block. You can stamp them the same. You can stamp them different. Oh, I want to put some paper down. I don't want to overstamp onto my cutting mat. You know, we invest in our supplies, and we want to keep them good. You know, my other trick for rubber stamping is every time you go to stamp, tap the stamp in the ink. Unless you want a ghost print, then you can off stamp it and it will be much lighter. But if we come in and do the full stamp, in this case, I want this, not this. This is already decorated paper. I want to make sure that it's going to be seen on this sometimes a little bit bold decorated paper. I like color. I like to use color. Even though I'm doing a lot of vintage, I still have a lot of color to the things that I use. You stamp whatever it is you want to stamp, however it is you want to stamp it. You make it work for you. Whoops. Oh, yeah, there we go. And I love these rubber stamps that just stick to the acrylic block. And then you know what? I have a little bit of space here. So let's just come in and add that. We're going to add that just to fill in the space. There. So here's the first one. I think they're super cute, super adorable. This is the second one. Use whatever stamps make your heart happy. And then this was my display. Super quick, super easy, using our stash. Let's have fun and play with the things that we create. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Chris-Ann. Check out my website. I have a lot posted there. You can also see things that artwork that I've created on my Instagram page, Chris-Ann1234. Everything is linked to my business Facebook page, Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann, and the website is elementalenерgieswithchrisann.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.